Hello everyone, Shawn Garringer here, KC0AKY, with some instructions on setting up your new MD380. First, we'll start with the downloads. So first things first, you need to make sure that you are a member of the Facebook group Iowa DMR Users Group, and then we're going to download these 3 files. I'll have the names in the description of the YouTube video for you. So let's open up our web browser and navigate to Facebook. And then we'll click on the Iowa DMR Users Group, and then we'll access the Files section. Now, some of the files we're looking for are going to be a little bit old, so you'll have to click View More. So first, we'll download the USB driver, so click on that, and then select the Download option. It'll download it to your computer. And we'll go back to the list of files, and again, we'll have to expand this with See More. And this time, we're going to download the CPS. I just like to do a find for CPS and then make sure that I actually find the 380, 390 one. It's labeled as MD380, but this is the CPS that's necessary to program the 380, so download that as well. And then last of all, we'll want to download the code plug for the MD380, so find that in the list, which should be towards the top, and click on that, and then select download. That'll give us the 3 files we need. Now let's go ahead and extract the zip files so that we are ready to have those installed on our computer. So navigate to your computer through Explorer and go to your Downloads folder, and let's double click the USB driver and just drag the folder out of the zip file to your desktop. Once you're done with that, we'll go back to our Downloads folder, and let's do the same thing for the CPS. Just drag the folder out to your desktop. And now we're done extracting. And now it's time to install. So let's start with the driver. First, you need to know if you're on a 64-bit or a 32-bit version of Windows. I'm on 64-bit, so I will right-click on the AMD 64 and choose Run as Administrator. That will install the driver. Then I also need to go to the folder for my architecture. So I'll double-click on the x64 folder, and then I will right-click on the setup information file. Oops. Right below this one, right-click on that and choose Install, and then select Open. That will actually load the driver. Now, if you're on a 32-bit version of Windows, you would go to the x86 folder and the x86 installer. Most versions of Windows now are 64-bit. So now let's go into the CPS Setups folder, double-click the exe and tell it to run, and we'll accept defaults. I just install it to the default folder, and continue to hit Next. Once this is done, hit Finished. And now last thing, I like to make a shortcut, so go to your C drive and go to your TYT folder and the CPS folder, and right-click on the CPS DMR, choose Create Shortcut, and then just drag that shortcut out to your desktop. That way it's easy to find. And now let's use the software. So now that we have everything downloaded and installed, it's time to go ahead and use the software. Double-click the DMR software and hit the S option and choose English to take it out of Chinese. Now let's hit the Open folder and navigate to our Downloads folder. And then we'll select the code plug that we downloaded. We need to change some settings, so go to General Settings. Now in the radio name, you're going to want to fill in your call sign. In the radio ID, you're going to want to fill in your DMR mark ID number. And then at the very bottom, on info screen line 1, I like to put my call sign in there as well. That way the radio shows my call sign. Hit Program and write data. And now it's the time to plug in the USB cable to your radio. So plug in the USB cable and plug it into the computer and hit OK. And it will start writing the data to the radio. You'll see the radio will actually say PC program USB mode. Programming takes about a minute. And then once it's done, you'll get a message that says write data suck. And you can just hit OK to that. That's all there is. You've updated the code plug on your radio to the latest version, and you are ready to use DMR. And that is how you set up your MD380.